Today's random spot, while we're having a look at the Playmates toys, Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutagen Ooze. Mutagen Ooze includes a bonus mini turtle. It's random. You don't know actually which one is inside. I suppose if you were super concerned with which turtle was inside, you could kind of just move around the slime ooze inside until you could make out what turtle it was inside. Now, I didn't pick up all four of them. I was not too concerned with trying to get all four Ninja Turtles. I was more or less concerned with the ooze. That's neat looking ooze. It's a little runnier than some of the ooze that I've reviewed in the past. On the front, we have the four Ninja Turtles. Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo, respectively. It says, warning, choking hazard, small parts not intended for children under 3 years of age. It's somewhat funny that they would put that inside ooze. I would imagine the ooze is also something you would not want to consume, but apparently the ooze is not a concern, only the small parts, the little turtle inside. Whoa, don't eat the turtle! You can eat the slime, just not the turtle. Anything on the back? Caution, Mutagen Ooze, I don't know why Spot's having a tough time with that. Mutagen Ooze may cause an allergic reaction in sensitive individuals. Protect play surfaces before use. Do not use on surfaces that could get damaged by water. Mutagen Ooze may stain or stick to some surfaces. Avoid carpets, clothing, walls, and furniture. To remove Mutagen Ooze, hand wash with laundry detergent and warm water. Do not use the product if it is broken or on damaged skin. After use, clean the figure or vehicle by removing the Mutagen Ooze and hand washing with warm water. Return Mutagen Ooze to its storage container so the product will not dry out. I would say that that's a lot of read up and caution, but generally that's on par with pretty much slime as a whole. Anytime you get slime stuff, it's always pretty much the same idea. Don't put it on clothes. I once got mutagen. I didn't get mutagen, but I once got ecto ooze, ecto slime all over. I think it was a drape, or I think I was camping or something like that, and I bought it while we were camping, and I ended up getting it on. I don't know what I got on, but it had a tough time getting it out. I don't think my parents were very happy. Anyways, moving along. I probably don't even need to take a break for this, as it seems like it's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to peel this, and just like that, that's all it took, just like that. We've got ourselves the canister of ooze. Now, I can tell you, even though I haven't even opened this yet, one thing I really like is the container. Most oozes that you get tend to be in like barrels, little plastic drums, and then the slime is inside. The neat thing about this is this actually looks like the actual mutagen canisters. Something you would maybe see from the Ninja Turtle movies or cartoon. It's a little bit different. At the top it says remove this top, let's see, move in. It says remove this top cap and the canister plug beneath to access the ooze. Sounds good, label. Let's proceed with that. I like your idea better than mine. My idea was just going to be like break it. I mean, I would get mess everywhere, and then I would realize, why did I just do that? No, we'll follow the cap. That makes more sense. Let's pop this off. And looks like there's a little bit of tape. If you're not viewers out there, I know you were going to think that the tape was going to stop Spot. Nothing stops me. Certainly not tape, that's for sure. And I think the only other thing we have to do is pry this off. Now, I've got no fingernails whatsoever, so I'm hoping I can actually. There's absolutely no flap. Can you see that? There's absolutely no tab, nothing. I guess you just have to kind of pry it with your fingers. There we go. They could have at least thrown us a bone, if you ask me. There's a really close-up of my hand. I don't know why we have to see that. But they could have at least thrown us a bone by having some sort of something, some latch, some little something to catch onto that you could easily have grabbed onto it. I'm just going to put this aside. I'm going to put that right there. This slime side up, I'm going to put over there as well. And inside, you've got a very wet, slimy goo. You can also see that it's got a sheen to it, and it's almost got like a metallic kind of, not glitter, it almost looks like something like if you saw like oil, sometimes when you see oil on the ground, it kind of has that rainbow psychedelic effect. That's essentially the same thing with this ooze here. It's got a very psychedelic kind of tripped out coloring to it. Whoa! Whoa! We almost had a catastrophe here. I think we might even have a catastrophe. Let's see if Spot can actually get this back in the canister before we make a mess everywhere. You see what happens when we joke around about stuff like this? Now I can't even get it back in the canister. I guess while we're at it, let's fish the turtle out. Alright, let's get the rest of this goo in here. It doesn't help either that there's air pockets in it now. Get in there, goo. Get in there. We don't need an outbreak. If this was to touch my cats, they would turn into samurais, and I can't deal with that right now. They would be eating pizza. It's another cartoon reference. I don't know if you would have gotten that, but let's get this. I got goo everywhere. One thing about this goo I'm finding also is that generally when you have slime all over your hands from using this ooze, or really any type of ooze, it generally sticks to itself when you want to try to get it off. This goo does not, there we go. This goo didn't want to come off. It was very persistent. Alright, let's zoom in. This is the turtle that I've gotten. Yes, it is. It is Raph, as you can see from the top there. I guess this is the only indication to tell us what turtle it is. Probably the colors would have changed likely as well, but we can see that there is in fact size. A pair of size on the top shell of this turtle, leading me to believe it's Raphael. Raphael. Somehow the leader of the movie Turtles, which made no sense to me, but yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Spot Leonardo was the leader. Well, actually, if you listen to Turtle Rap, you know, there's one other fellow, Raphael. He's the leader of the group. Da-na-na-na-na. Anyways, needless to say, the turtle itself isn't bad. It would not compel me at all to pick up all four of these or try to look for all four of these simply to find this guy. I didn't find this retail either, so I had to pay a little bit more to get the slime. What do I think of the slime? I actually like it. I like it for the sense that it's very different. Spot's going to try it again not to make a mess everywhere, but it's very different. It's a lot thinner. It seems to kind of fall apart a little easier than regular slime. Usually most slime tends to stick together fairly easily. This slime, I could easily see, whereas other slime would be not so much of a problem. This slime, this ooze, Mutagen Ooze, could easily get everywhere if you're not careful. I mean, I almost got this all over my set, and that would have been catastrophe, as this set is about $700. It's not really that much. I definitely would say what's going for it is the fact that it's got this really neat, psychedelic kind of metallic color to it. So if you can find it, I would say it's definitely neat to pick up. But as always with slime, do be careful. You don't want to get this on anything, or your parents, much like Spot's parents, will be very angry. Hilarity did not ensue, let me tell you. But today's random spot, let's bring it in again. Today we're having a look at the Playmates Toys Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutagen Ooze in a really neat container. Certainly stick around, guys. There are more random spots heading your way, and I'll see you guys next time. Those turtles.
4,000 videos, now that's dedication. It's more than a video, that's a creation that he is making from experience. Here he is, you're curious of what his appearance is. Serious, yet he makes it fun to watch. A lot of reviewers are delirious, while some get props. When the demand is hot, the spot's not a man to flop. Respects the fans who watch, couldn't guess the next random spot. The Spot Army is now taking over. This is our spot, sitting on top. The Spot Army is now taking over. I bet you're confused. Check the reviews, the Spot Army is now taking over. This is our spot, sitting on top. The Spot Army is now taking over. I bet you're